Hello, friends. I'm having a good day, I think. I mean, I've been in school for like 3 weeks now. This is finishing up my 3rd week. Which is pretty weird, I guess, seeing as Mary Kate just started. And, sorry if I talk weirdly, but I have this, like, sore on my tongue. And it hurts, and, makes it hard to talk. So I kind of clench my teeth a little. But, you know, whatever. I don't know what I'm saying. Anyways. So yeah, the 13th was my first day of classes. Things were pretty sweet. Everything seemed interesting. Had hope. Not that I don't have hope anymore, but like, it's mellowing out, you know, it's not like the whole new semester thing as much. I mean, it's still pretty fresh, I would say. Yeah. So I was most excited about taking Spanish literature, which is my first class, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I have it at 9:35, and that's fine with me. It's cool. I like mornings and I like Spanish, so why not? My teacher's really enthusiastic. He's really cool, and he basically like learned Spanish to understand Pablo Neruda more, which Melanie may. Oh wait, you were in literature. I don't know. You might have still heard. You got well. Sometimes you know on Tumblr. I don't know. Anyways, he basically learned Spanish to understand poetry better, and I was like, it was beautiful. So basically, he's a cool guy. And then I'm also taking NR2, which is Nature and Culture. And it's interesting. We're reading Santa County Almanac by Aldo Leopold, who you guys would have heard of if you took AP Environmental Science, which some of you did. Or some of you took STAN. I don't know what you guys did. Anyways, but it is a familiar name in the environmental world. And, yeah, so we're doing that. The professor that I have for that is the same one that I had for PRT last semester. And, yeah, so I have that directly after Spanish, and then after that I go directly to Geology, which is actually in the same room as NR2, which is pretty easy. And Geology is pretty cool. I like it. We're learning a lot about glaciers right now. I've had 2 labs, and my TA is like super friendly, nice and stuff, and I don't really know anybody in my lab group, so we're not that friendly yet, but whatever, we'll get there. We still have indoor labs right now since it's like 10 degrees outside and we don't want to go like die for 3 hours, but after spring break we'll start going out into the field, which will be really cool. And then I had my social justice retreat the first weekend I got back, which was really awesome. I can make a whole separate video explaining like how that impacted me and like the stuff that we did, and like I don't know, it's just a very lengthy process, but all in all it was just really beneficial to me, I think. And I'm actually going on another retreat. This time it's about examining white privilege, and I think that'll be really interesting because one of the most beneficial parts of the social justice retreat that I went on, we focused on diversity and stuff, and acceptance, and we shared our stories and a lot of things, but we talked about race, and in that discussion there were a lot of things that I hadn't really thought about, and so I think that there's a lot of exploration that I need to do in regards to my social justice journey for race and culture and things along that vein. So that was really cool, and I came back and it snowed, or it had snowed or something, so on Monday when we had off school for Martin Luther King Jr. Day, my friends and I went sledding, and well, like, first we just walked around the golf course, and it was like no point in doing that, right? Like, my one friend was snowshoeing, and then somebody had skis, and then Melissa and I were just walking, but we had a sled. And eventually we found the big sledding hill, but I only went down it like twice because Melissa and I were so bad at it. Like, we just toppled on top of each other and like had sore necks the next day. And I was so cold. I've never never been so cold in my life. I came home, and when my fingers were thawing, I cried. Like, oh my gosh, it was ridiculous. Anyways, it was still fun. And then, what else is on my calendar? Meeting, oh, we have, for one of our projects, we have to start, like, a guild, or, like, a club, or, like, some kind of, like, organize something in the community that might, like, bring people together. So, Melissa and I are doing writing guild. We've had one meeting so far. And nobody really came except for, like, our friends in our RA. But, I think we're gonna, like, try and do more advertising and stuff, and then, like, maybe people will come. I don't know. I hope so. It's, like, just, like, prompt writing, or, like, last week I just wrote a bunch of haikus. Like, it's pretty cash, but, like, I think it could be a good thing. And then, what was after that? Last weekend? Oh, I didn't really do anything. Oh, I did a thing. I'll tell you guys about that later. But, for the most part, just hanging out, doing whatever. And I actually did a lot of homework, which is good, because, I'm already behind, surprise, and also partially because I didn't get my textbooks until, like, 2 weeks after the semester started. And so I was, like, already behind on a lot of stuff. I'm still behind, I haven't really caught up on reading. And, like, sometimes my email doesn't work, so I get, like, package delivery reminders, but not alerts, so I found out, like, a few days after I get the things. Super annoying. And then this week, my ASB, my Alternative Spring Break group, the one that's organizing our trip to Cape Hatteras in North Carolina, we met and, like, talked a little bit of logistics and stuff, and, like, talked about fundraising, which was cool. I'm really excited to go and work at the national park or national coast or whatever it is. And I also had my first soccer game. That day was really productive. I, like, did a lot of homework and took a nap and all this stuff. I feel like I have to sneeze. Maybe not. And then I had soccer at 8:15. Oh. I think I bit my tongue again. Life's hard. Anyway, so I had my intramural soccer team started, and that was really fun. And it's co-ed this week because we didn't have enough girls from our fall league to continue. So there's boys on it, but they're not jerks, so it's really cool. And then, oh my gosh, on Tuesday, I thought the orientation leader application was due at 4:30 p.m. for some reason, because that's what I had written on my calendar. At 12:15, I realized that it was due at noon. So I busted my ass over to the Davis Center to turn it in. And the woman was like, it's no big deal if you were, like, 6 days late. It would be a big deal, but you're, like, a few minutes late. And I was like, thanks, but I still know it's really bad, so they, like, took my time down and stuff. But also she was really nice because she was like, wait, your name looks familiar. You're going on the the examining white privilege retreat, aren't you? And I was like, yeah. And she was like, oh, I'm one of the people that organizes that. So I was like, cool. You know me. Look at me doing social justice things. I should be an orientation leader. And then that same night, or not night, I mean, that was afternoon, that night I had my first broomball game, which is like, you play it on ice, but you wear sneakers. It's kind of, I don't know, it's kind of ridiculous. Like, you can't sprint on ice, obviously. Wow, I'm just thinking of that Parks and Rec episode where they are on the ice and they're just falling down. It's not that bad, but I might have fallen down a little bit. So yeah, that was really fun. And, like, intramural games are only, like, half an hour, so it's, like, really, sometimes I could, like, come home and do abs or something, because I'm like, wow, that was, like, a warm-up, like, it's not a very long time to be playing, especially if you're not playing the whole time. And then Wednesday, oh yeah, that was last night. I've already gone twice to PoJam and performed my poetry. And this week, actually, Michelle and Melissa came, which was really cool. I didn't really want them to come in the beginning. I don't really know why. I was like, this is my thing. I don't really want anyone to come, But I did have Floor come, and I had Allie come. And Allie and I are good, by the way, for those of you who knew what was going on with that. We're cool. And I'm supposed to see her tonight. I don't know if I'm going to or not. I digress. So, was saying something else. But, yeah, so yeah, they came to PoJam, and it was good, and, I'm, like, more comfortable with it now, I guess, or just not as, like, what do you call that, like, trying to be secretive of it, or something, so that was cool, except we, like, waited for the bus to get down there, and it was kind of late, but not like it matters. Yep, and it's been cold. I rode my bike to class today, because I didn't want to take the bus, because it's, like, I don't know how far, it's, like, the farthest place to get to on campus, pretty much. It's on, the campus that's, like, a separate, like, there's my campus that I live on, and then there's Central Campus, and then there's the one all the way over here, and it's, like, okay. So I rode my bike there, but I had to take off my front tire because I didn't have an ability to take my lock off. I don't know if it was frozen or if I'm just an idiot or what, but it wasn't working. So I took my bike there and just pretended that it was locked because there was some bike lock sitting there, and I was like, let me put my bike close to it and be like, yes, this lock is mine, don't take my bike. Anyways, I think that's mostly it. I've been going to class. Oh, what other classes am I taking? On Tuesdays. Wait, so I talked about those, the 3, and then after geology I have philosophy, which is really cool. Philosophy East and West, and we're talking about, like, Descartes and his meditations and like the different ways to know what's real, kind of. Like, we're talking about the difference between, like, how do you know if you're dreaming or you're awake? And we're like, I know I'm awake, but I can't prove it. And we're like, well, you need proof in order to say something's real. So it's, like, really pushing a lot of the boundaries of thought, I feel like, which is cool. And then Tuesdays I have PRT 50, which is tourism planning, taught by the same person that taught PRT 50. It was like a dual teaching, so I have both of the guys for separate classes still. And then Wednesdays I have NR 99, which is, like, just for my the scholars in this area, in this dorm, and we just, like, learn about environmental things, but it's only once a week, so it's pretty chill, even though sometimes it's kind of boring, but so it goes. Anyways, I think I might be going on a hike this weekend, and tomorrow I'm going to a concert to see Twiddle. Haven't really heard of them, but they're pretty cool, and we have, like, this Winterfest thing going on. I got a free t-shirt. Maybe I'll show it to you later. I don't feel like getting up. And yeah, wow, this video is really long. I am sorry. I'm just gonna go. So I hope you guys have a great day. Sorry that I'm updating on Thursday night, kind of an awkward mid to late week thing, but farewell, my friends.